Now, take this major key. The desire to drink is not yours. Not yours. Not yours. In a sense, the innate system never drank. But this did. But this did. But this did. What's happening? My name is Albert. Welcome to the best power chat you'll ever come across regarding alcohol. I'm a 4-decade veteran, and what I am going to bring to the table will enlighten you, including how I'm going to address alcoholism is not a disease. You weren't born to be an alcoholic. And so in order to get there, I'm going to demonstrate my life using this graph. So this is when I was born, right? And so by 15, 16, I had my first drink. And so from there, the progression happened for me slowly, for others fast, la, la, la. And so this is the deal. We usually talk about alcohol when alcohol becomes problematic in our lives. And so we talk on behalf of when we were active out there, the war stories and everything that happened and how bad it became. And so we talk on this behalf. This area is kind of grayed out. We may talk about, when I grew up, I didn't fit in and la, la, la. And that nonsense about growing up in a dysfunctional family, that's total nonsense, but I'll get to that later. And so here, we're talking here usually when it's problematic, losing family and your marriage and all that is associated with problematic drinking. But I want to talk about that first drink, which holds the key to so much that no one talks about. And so let's get to my first drink. I took a drink, man, with my boy Carlos. This guy got 2 girlfriends. He's freaking cool. Everybody likes him. He's the freaking king in the school. And so I'm hanging out with him, bro, and he's drinking, bro. And so I take my first drink, bro, Bacardi and Coke. And immediately, here's the key already. I freaking shook, revolted. I made faces. I went. Take this, because this is the key. My body was rejecting the poison right there and then, day one. And so no one talks about this because of the social acceptance involved in, yo, bro, be a man. Oh, man, you're cool now. Oh, you get to fit in, bro. You get to hang out with Carlos, bro. He's a freaking well-known guy. Everyone likes him, bro, and you're hanging out with him. And so now you're cool. And so even though I rejected, my body quivered. Some people, they freaking close their nose to take a drink, bro. They hold their breath. That's the body saying, no, what the hell are you doing? But it's stepped on. The takeaway is that your body rejected it from day one. Your body rejected it from day one. But the commercials, the beers, the girls, the sex appeal, right? The associations. You work all freaking week. If Friday comes, bro, gotta have a drink, bro. You have to unwind from the week that you had. Whether stressful or not, it doesn't matter because it's Friday, bro. You can't waste a Friday, staying home. And so what do people do? They go out, bro. They go out to bars on a Friday and you have to be there. Status, self-importance, to be part of the crowd. Your friends are there, bro. And so this here, it steps on the freaking fact that our freaking systems, bro, yours too, said no. And the headaches is proof of that, bro. Because a headache should be an automatic signal from the innate self, the innate intelligence telling you, bro, that you shouldn't be putting that stuff in your body. But what we do with headaches, bro? Oh, bro, you got a headache, bro. It's called a hangover. Another freaking readily accepted consequence from drinking, the hangover, bro. And so nausea, oh yeah, the nauseous feeling, bro, is praise, bro. The first time I got drunk, bro, and my family was, oh shit, I was freaking puking all over the place. My stepfather was in the background freaking cheering for me Hey, that's my man. You know, I became a man right there for him. Because for him, he was aware of what was happening to me because it happened to him. And it happens to everyone that drinks, bro. Once you're puking and you have a headache and you have a 2-day hangover, bro, right there, bro. Yo, bro, welcome to the party. And so what do we do with that, bro? We freaking make that a prerequisite, bro, for having a freaking great old time, bro. And that prerequisite causes us to want to get smashed. Oh, yeah. Because now it's well done. Think about it, bro. You have 1 or 2 drinks, bro. What's that, bro? That's not what's sold. What's sold is to freaking have one and have another and then get nicely smashed to the point where you're freaking dizzy and you're freaking wobbling around. And now loss of coordination is the body's intelligence freaking talking to you. It talked to me, bro. That's a sign, bro, when you can't freaking keep yourself straight. But it's not taken as a sign, bro. You know what that is, bro? He's drunk now. And so that's one, bro. Another one is the freaking blackout, bro. The blackout ought to be a freaking direct signal that the body shut down for you. But the blackout is also like, oh shit, well, we lost some memory. So we accept loss of memory, loss of coordinations, slurring the speech. And that's part of being drunk, and that's accepted, bro. If anyone right now, bro, went and had a meal and had all these freaking symptoms, bro, you'll never have that meal again, bro. But it's accepted with alcohol. And so this right here is stepped on our innate intelligence, bro. And that's the freaking point that I'm making here that no one gets to talk about. Your innate system has fought for you through and through and through and through, throw up after throw up, headache after headache, consequence after consequence, falling on the floor, puking. And what happens over time is that the body freaking gives in and it freaking assumes the alcohol, and then it becomes dependent upon it because the body cells, I think they follow suit and they meet the poison because the body says, okay, well, all the signals that I'm freaking conveying, all the fighting that I'm trying to do is not working out. And then comes that point that we cross. Now, I like to only point to this thing here that your innate system, bro, it never wanted to drink, bro. It don't want to smoke either. Here's the proof. If you can just imagine putting a freaking drink in front of any child under the age of 6 years old because they're not contaminated with values and to fit in and be part of the party and it's Friday and, oh, it's New Year, so you have to drink. The kid can't do that. And you put the drink next to him, he'll go like this. The child will not touch the drink and it won't touch any smoke whatsoever because the body's intelligent will recoil from it naturally. But when the child becomes contaminated means that the alcohol is around everywhere. So you go to the beach and there's freaking coolers and you're seeing the grown-ups drinking, bro. And so you're seeing this. And so they're all dancing and having a freaking great time. And although you're not involved yet because you're too young, that's what you're seeing. And so now you're not fully contaminated yet, but you're surrounded by it. Then the contamination is when smoke to fit in, bro. Now you can't wait to grow up. That's what happened to me, bro. I was freaking 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I knew that the age to drink was 18, bro. And I wanted to grow up. There was an urgency to grow up, which is part of the contamination to get there. And so now, here I am growing up already looking forward to a drink that I'm going to recoil from when I have. But the recoiling is not enough. The body's intelligence is not enough because I'm already contaminated. Sexy girls, bro. New Year's involves drinking. Christmas involves drinking. Valentine's involves drinking. The romantic movies where you're having wine or champagne. The accomplishments, whatever. You graduated, so you go out to have drinks. Somebody's birthday or somebody won an award, and so you go out and you go to have drinks, and all these things are the associations to a drink. in spite that when the drinks takes place. And so now, try this exercise. Go back to the numerous amount of times where you didn't care to drink, but it's Friday. It's your day off. Your friends even told you, bro, you're not going to stay home, right? You're going to come out with us, right? Because you have to. All while you were nice and cozy in bed. Many, many times for me, 90% of the times I did not want to go out, but went out. Cause I didn't want to miss out. Cause I didn't want to miss out. Cause I didn't want to miss out. So many times I had a drink in my hand and I wasn't feeling it. Right there was my innate system working. It was freaking not into it, but back to Friday, back to Saturdays, bro. The girls are out, bro. I don't want to stay home, even though I could stay home, but why should I stay home? Because it's my day off. Back to the rip and roll, bro. Now catch how we are driven by those associations, bro. How we are driven by all the holidays, by all the concepts of don't stay home, go out, don't be a bummer, don't be a party pooper, be tough. Notice how powerful those concepts are. And we see it. We see the freaking stupidity behind it because a person that's drunk never looks sweet. They never look nice, bro. You got to carry a person home. Maybe in the beginning, if they don't do it all the time, it's taken lightly because, hey, well, look at, they got smashed. They couldn't handle their drink. That's another thing, bro. I drank to be able to handle it like the other guys, which made things worse because now I'm destined to freaking drink like everyone else. And so with that type of pressure, bro, the innate system, bro, it can't do its job. It's trying to do its job, and no one's talking about this. Now, why is this so important? If anyone caught on to this, then you'll know that this here doesn't want to drink. But it was contaminated too, which can help your recovery go from here to here because you know that that idea, born to be an alcoholic, is total nonsense, bro. But total 100% rubbish because your innate system, if it's intelligent, it won't freaking touch poison, bro. That's what your innate system is there for, bro. That's what your innate system is there for, bro. And so all of us, recoiled, bro. We have freaking methods to have the salt ready, have the lemon ready, cover the nose, hold the breath, have a chaser. You freaking take the shot and have a chaser. Bro, those are the things that were there because the body freaking didn't want the freaking poison in the first place. The body didn't want the poison in the first place. The body didn't want the poison in the first place. And so now, if you happen to be a person that says, oh, that's bull, bro, I was born to drink, I know it. You have to examine this carefully because it's only going to help you. Like, whatever you think is what you think, bro. But if you catch it, holy shit, when I first had my first drink, bro, I remember I was at a wedding and I got a few drinks and I remember you can see and catch your body freaking sending you messages from your dizziness through the nauseous, through you have to run to the bathroom, or maybe diarrhea, or certain type of cramps, or impaired vision, or the slurred speech, or a story that someone told you, dude, you were really smashed yesterday. You couldn't remember. Those are all freaking signals that came from your freaking system, bro. Those are the signals, though, that are praised. Some people will go, oh, bro, you were smashed yesterday. And a lot of people are fun when they're smashed, bro. And when you have a lot of people smashed, everyone just freaking is in it, then it becomes this freaking dandy old time where everybody's freaking drunk, bro. And if the occasion serves it, like New Year's is a perfect example to go out and get totally smashed and you'll get away with it, bro. Why? Because it's New Year's, bro. You waited till 12 o'clock, bro. Everyone toasted. And now you're going from party to party to party to party to celebrate New Year's, bro. And so you can get as smashed as you want. And you'll get applauded for it. And you're excused, bro. And so now, here I am ready to talk about whether alcoholism is a disease. Is it? Is it really a disease? That I started with one drink, and then the one turned into 2, 3, 4, over many years, progressed and progressed and progressed and progressed. Now, is it a disease? And so now, this here brings me to whether we should even call it anything. Because look, calling it something is causing so many problems. Call it an allergy, call it alcoholism, or call it a disease. For what? Imagine, I'm at the bar drinking, right? And I get into my car drunk and decide to freaking drive, which means I'm driving intoxicated. And let's say I drive directly into a tree. And then wake up handcuffed here, all bloodied, right? Does that need a name? You have to think about this, bro. Does that need, oh, he's suffering from alcoholism? Or does what happened is self-explanatory without, oh, you know what, he suffers from an allergy, my father was an alcoholic and I grew up in a dysfunctional family. Does it require any of that is my point. Because what this is doing is that the name, the description is causing people to freaking delay sobriety. Like, for example, right? Because it's understood as a disease, people are using that as a scapegoat, as an excuse. Oh, watch, oh my God, I got so drunk and I ended up in rehab. Oh yeah, well, you suffer from a disease. Yeah, I suffer from the disease of alcoholism. And so now, in a certain twisted sense, oh, that's why. Oh, well, freaking alcoholism is a disease. That's what it is. Never mind that the wife woke up once again disgusted. No, she ought to understand because it's a disease. And so when I worked at a detox for many years, I couldn't tell you the amount of times I heard people say, yeah, it's a disease. And they were almost using that as an excuse when they relapse over and over and over and over and over. They just said, well, it's a freaking disease, bro. What do you want, bro? Now watch this. Because the dangers of the description, it also leaves people that, let's say, they gain sobriety and they decide to credit God 100% for their sobriety, which can sound fantastic if that person stays sober forever. But if you know the deal, alcoholics, they freaking relapse, bro. They have to freaking get it right, and they go out and they drink and drink and drink, and they can do this for years. Now, watch what happens. I'm saying, I'm sober by the grace of God, bro. Who woke you up this morning? God woke me up this morning, bro. Praise God for my sobriety and that God gets the credit for everything, right? And then I go out and drink. Now what happens? Oh, the devil was on my shoulder. Or God led him to a drink to show him something. Teach him a lesson, or that there was some reason behind this. The freaking problem, man, is that we're constantly looking for some type of cause or some type of reason without looking at what happens to the self. And so now, the devil made me do it, right? Yo, bro, something had to make you do it, bro. And so here, what I'm trying to do is point to something different. Where your wife is so disgusted, bro, that should be enough. There shouldn't be a description added to it because of that. She's ready to leave you, bro. The kids, bro, if you ask them to freaking draw you, they'll draw you laid out drunk, bro, because that's how they know you, bro. And so what else of a type of description do you need? You see my point? And so now, For argument's sake, let's say, yeah, alcoholism is a disease. 100% fact. What does that change? That only makes things worse if you think about it, because the word alcoholic, or it's a disease or an allergy or whatever, puts a person into a position to measure themselves against whether that's so or not. And so many people keep themselves out there because the word alcoholic means you're through and you're finished, right? But if they measure themselves against someone else, they can always find someone else worse than them. Therefore, not an alcoholic. And they ask that stupid question. It's the worst question I ever heard in my life. Are you an alcoholic? It's freaking terrible. Because if a person walks into the room of AA or ends up in freaking rehab, that question is stupid. Like, oh yeah, let me find out if I'm an alcoholic. It doesn't matter. I still freaking drove the car into a tree. My wife still left me. I became a disgrace. When I start, I can't stop should be enough to not need a title, which is keeping you out there. I'm telling you, this here is keeping people out there, because there's people that they are freaking going to work and they're drinking a lot and they're destroying their lives or their health. But because this guy lost his job and not him, see, bro, I didn't lose my job like him. And so comparison within this is causing people to stay out years, bro. They can blame their wife now if they work, if they take care of everything, and they're more manageable against Tony, who's freaking divorced and he's out homeless maybe. Then that's it, bro. That's a freaking year of the alcoholic to say, bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem, bro. So I want you to catch the dangers behind this, which is the reason why I keep pointing to the innate self, to look at the way the innate self, it rejected the alcohol. But the mind accepted it because the mind fell prey to the marketing system that put the mind to be in a position to end up taking a drink. Watch this, because this is deep. In a sense, this guy, the innate system, never drank. But this did. This did because it was influenced to. It was influenced too by the romantic movies, and it's Friday, or on New Year's, everyone drinking. For your birthday, what do? You drink, bro. You celebrate, bro, and you have one after the other, bro. Oh, celebrations, bro. And then drinking to be cool, drinking for social acceptance and status. All those things, bro, to fit in, bro, to get more courage, bro. All that stuff is psychological bound, bro. Because it's okay if you're shy, bro. That's another thing, bro. It's okay, bro. You don't have to try to be outgoing when you're really not, bro. And so, ponder this now. Knowing, if you see clearly, that your innate system rejected alcohol and smoke and everything at an early age until it was contaminated. Now you have to imagine that if there weren't the influences there to fit in, to be a man, come on, you could do it, be strong, all those things, those slogans, those concepts, they weren't there. Will you still fall prey to taking that drink or being curious to? Because you have to think about the curiosity aspect. If all that wasn't there, will you still want that to go? Will you still want that is a question, because when I saw this, it was very clear, bro, that this here for sure won't drink, but it was influenced to drink, but through here. Did you catch it? Because if you catch this, bro, your sobriety will be so freaking strong from this point. Even if you drink, bro, it'll freaking be so different. I promise you. Now watch this bit right here. Take this example, right? Let's pretend that I'm sober for a year, 2 years, or whatever, right? And then I decide to prove to myself that I could drink, bro. You see, bro, how easy those 2 years were, bro? Come on, bro. I could freaking drink, right? And I want to prove it to myself now. Take note that there's nothing to prove, that the proving is all psychological. And I'm being driven to drink through being accepted, fitting in, being part of the party, don't be a bummer, be a man. All that stuff is what I'm freaking trying to prove against. Because this here, it won't drink. This here won't drink. This here won't drink. This here won't drink. So to reiterate, this will never drink, but this will, because it was influenced to. And you know, when I retire, I'm gonna retire on a beach with a pina colada. Where did that come from? Huh? You didn't invent that, right? I didn't either, but you heard of it because that's part of the influencing. To drink, for status, to fit in, to be cool, to be tough. And then when you retire, retire on a beach with a drink in your hand. And so this right here, just the catching of what I just conveyed, it contains its own discipline, bro. If I did a good job explaining our innate system and how intelligent it is, which no one talks about, if you catch it, just catching it contains a freaking discipline where you will see things differently, bro. Because you will see the contamination. You will see that a child, it won't freaking touch it, bro. But when the marketing system comes our way and you have lighten up, have a drink, bro, freaking ads for all the alcoholic beverages, bro, they're all sweetened up, bro, with a freaking pretty girl, sexy girl, a cool dude, bro, or they make the commercial like a sportsy. You're sold to see the illusion of how alcoholic drinking is accepted and how we naturally fell for it. Naturally fell for it, bro. And so my system is so powerful now because I'm not, it's addiction and I have an addictive personality. No, you don't. It was developed, bro. It was developed, man. And so you were never meant to be an alcoholic. You were contaminated too. At whatever degree, it doesn't matter because a lot of us, the directions we go to is very, very different. And you're not naturally an alcoholic. You wasn't born to be an alcoholic, bro. Come on, man. You weren't born to freaking do this and kill yourself, bro. But we were contaminated too. Depending on the charge we got from whatever avenue, bro. Like me, to freaking be cool like Carlos with 2 girlfriends and to fit in and for girls to like me. That necessity, that drive freaking had me drinking, bro. Also, the idea that when I didn't drink, I was such a nice guy. Nobody liked me, bro. And so I drank and I became an asshole and everyone liked me, bro. I got girls that way, bro. And so now drinking is paying off. Because I'm becoming a dick for the girls to go, oh yeah, this guy, he treated me terrible. And so now I like him, which she has the same problem. She was contaminated to go to the bad guy that treats her bad because she associates that with love, which is kind of the same problem. Fueling through her, now through alcohol. 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 Because the person who's shopping right now is doing it essentially for the same reason that drinkers having their first drink, bro, to feel good and to feel a status, bro. Yeah, I'm having a drink, so I'm relaxing and I'm cool now. The person shopping feels the same thing. They get the payoff. Look at me, I have a nice dress. They can wear whatever they bought and they can have a higher status and just feel good that they went shopping and they're doing the exact same thing. So a big danger here is to say, no, this is alcoholism, and that's a shopping problem, and that's a sugar problem. Once you do that, you screw the whole thing up and you can't see the thing as a whole. Because if you turn to alcohol, that was your choice of drug, they like to say. But if you like shopping, then that's your choice. If you like the bad guys, then that's your choice. If you like gambling, that's your choice. It's the same high. It's the same charge. It's the same adrenaline. It's that type of thing to win. Let me win. And then when I win, look at how I feel. It's the same freaking thing, bro. The person that turns to the harder substances, it's exactly the same thing. The numb feeling, the feeling that everything's okay, elated feeling of euphoria, all those things is exactly the same thing. Now check this out to fortify this. When I worked at the hospital, we addressed all kinds of addictions. All food, everything. I'll leave it at that, everything. Now, I was a witness to patients coming in skinny, and within 30 days, they walked out 50 pounds heavier. And I know this because I weighed them. And so, while they gained weight, they hid their food under the bed, under the pillows, and they were constantly freaking chasing now the food. Now here, it's not a different addiction. It's not, oh, my second addiction. No, that's a real big problem. It's not a second anything. What you want to do is that you want to take a look at the urge that this is producing to turn to something. And so at first, it was the alcohol or this or that or that or that or that. And now, because I don't have that and that and that, I'm turning to this. And that is satisfying the same thing, the same urges, which makes it exactly the same thing. Now, I watch others chain smoke. Oh, they smoke, non-freaking stop, bro. I'm seeing these things. Another dude, he turns to fitness and he ran and ran and ran and ran. The guy wouldn't stop. We had to tell him, yo, chill out already, bro. Because his choice, it wasn't there anymore. And so therefore the urgency to win, to, that drama feeling, all the stuff that we chase this for, we need to still chase it. Therefore, it's exactly the same thing. And once you're not seeing that is this addiction and that addiction is that and that addiction is that, once you see the whole pool, then there's a certain clarity that hits you along with everything that I discussed, that if you're in recovery, like I said, your freaking step work will freaking be so dynamic because you will just see things through how we've been contaminated. You examine more the power of the media, the power of the freaking alcohol commercials, the power of alcohol within romance, alcohol within achievements. You just put this all together for yourself within your own spectrum of living. You get to see so much more, knowing that you've been contaminated. Now, at this point, take note that I'm supporting all recovery systems. Notice that after the steps in the big book, it says that you will recoil from alcohol like it's a hot flame. What is that? That's your innate system. What can recoil from a hot flame? Look, that's the innate system recoiling from it. Now, take this major key. The desire to drink is not yours. Not yours. Not yours. And so now for a needed recap. Number one, I know now for sure that my innate system had my back through and through. It took care of me through and through. But it was overpowered, man. It was overpowered by the system. That's number one. Number two, all of us are contaminated. All of us. And I know now not to differentiate that disease with this disease because I know clearly that the person that's getting off gambling or shopping or this or that, the sugar or whatever freaking addiction, any addiction whatsoever, they are essentially going after the same thing. It's essentially for the same thing, but I'm not going to play games with that. I'm not going to try to go, oh no, it's not, it's this. I'm not going to mess with that because my innate intelligence is smarter than that. It knows that it's been contaminated now. And it's smart now. And so now, with all of this said, shouldn't I want to tap into this innate system that's so intelligent? Or should I get caught in the web of, oh, it's an addiction, or it's an allergy, or it's a disease, and get caught there and stay in that loop? Or does my innate intelligence have the capacity and the knowledge and the intelligence to tell me automatically without a description? Does it? Because for me, it does. It doesn't need, oh, it's a disease. Oh, you know what? You suffer from an allergy. No, it doesn't need any of that because that's enough. And so I know that this innate system is all intelligent because it was talking to me from the very beginning, but I couldn't listen. But now I'm with this innate system. And so there's no way that I could ever go wrong if I listen to this. 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 If I listen to this.